comes the A-train, it's the fleet feet. Saving lives, no surprise, like it's easy. There ain't no day like a...
How's it going, my evil residents? Today we're going to take a look at all of the melee moves in Resident Evil 5, and we are going to rank them worst to best on a character-by-character basis, meaning I will rank all of Chris's melee moves with Chris, all of Wesker's with Wesker, etc. So basically, this will be a top 8 list, going character by character. I will be ranking these objectively, not subjectively, based on how cool they are, because while these do have built-in stats, it wouldn't make for a very interesting list if I was just reading you numbers that you can go look up yourself. I will be doing a separate ranking of all of the combo moves because it does rank very differently from these. We will do that in the honorable mention before I list the first one. We'll just go through all the combo moves really fast. With all of that said, let's take a look at the video and see who has the most stylish melee moves in Resident Evil 5. I just want to say right off the bat here, all of the melee moves in this game are pretty cool. There's only like 2 or 3 that I think are actually lame. That said, Rebecca does end up at the bottom because her melee moves are so simple. Yes, I know they suit her character because she's not like a big fighter. She's not like a super karate master like all of the other Resident Evil characters, even Chela for some reason. 2 of her moves are almost the same. The flame spray move and the tear gas move are almost the same. They just spray different colors of particles, which is fine. And then she has a regular kick move, and her most interesting move is her rump shaker move, which is hilarious, and it's honestly adorable. It's really funny. I like her melee moves. It's definitely not bad. She's just, you know, least good. She's the least good out of all of these, and it's kind of hard to rank really high on a list where most of the melee moves are really freaking cool. So yeah, Rebecca goes in 8th place. In 7th place, we have Sheva. The coolest thing about Sheva is honestly the way she uses her knives in her melee moves. Her kicks are cool and everything, but her impale move on the ground and her throat slit move are so badass, and they're really fun, and I think they would translate well into a Resident Evil 5 remake if they keep the mechanics from Resident Evil 4. And every time I do those moves now, I just think, oh, this would be so cool in like a remake. Obviously, they're still cool here, but I just think if she has those 2 cool moves and the rest of them are just like neat, that I don't think she deserves a super high spot. So yeah, Sheva lands at number 7. Still some really cool moves, but for the most part, just kind of normal, kind of by the numbers melee attacks. Right above Sheva, we have Chris. The reason I put Chris above Sheva is because all of his moves look like they hurt really fucking bad. Even Chris's hook move, which does very little damage, the sound design, the way it lands, the width of the biceps landing that blow, one hook from Chris Redfield would kill me. I am 100% sure of that, and that's why he lands in 6th place. I can't put him higher because none of his moves are like super creative or super neat, besides like the neck breaker move, which is awesome. He gets that from Hunk from Resident Evil 4. Yeah, he gets a kind of middle of the road spot because while all of his moves look like they hit like a boulder, they're not that creative. So while they work for Chris and they're really cool, I just feel bad ranking them higher with how creative a lot of the other melee moves get in this game. And in 5th place, right above Chris, we have Jill. Jill has a lot of really fancy moves. Some of them are a little bit weird. I would honestly rank her higher if 2 of her moves weren't literally the same, just mirrored. Her shoulder attack is the same in the front and the back, which is kind of lame if you ask me. And then her combo move is like the worst out of all of them, so it's eh. Jill's coolest moves are, I would say her high kick is really cool, and then she gets the head grab, and the double knee drop is hilarious. It looks like it hurts Jill more than it hurts the zombies, because if I landed on my knees like that, I would be screwed. I would not be doing any more walking that day. I would be done. So I don't know what Jill is on, but she's a badass and she pulls it off. I just don't think that she deserves a much higher spot because a couple of her moves are just kind of bland. They're kind of Mainly her 2 roundhouses are basically the same. Her sweep kick isn't that cool. So she just has the high kick, the head grab, and the double knee drop. Those are awesome moves, but that's like half of her moves that aren't that interesting. So she gets a very cozy number 5 spot.
You are still a child.
In 4th place, in the top half of the list, we have Chela. Chela's moves, I think, are, I would say, the second funniest. At least some of them are. She does just have a generic slap move and a generic kick move, and those are fine. But where you get into the funny ones is the backhand move is really funny, and then the main funny moves is her heel stomp is funny, and I feel like a certain subsection of my fan base wants this done to them. You know who you are. And then she gets her first aid move, which is honestly brutal. What is she injecting them with that kills them that fast? What is in that syringe? I'm a little bit scared. Like, that move is genuinely, like, kind of unnerving and evil. Like, it's the most evil melee move in the whole game. And then she has her Humiliate move, which falls into the same category as the Heel Stomp move. Certain subsection of my fanbase wants this done to them. You know who you are. Honestly, completely valid. She has a mix of some of the best and some of the most boring moves in the entire game, which I think is why she deserves a good middle of the road spot. She's got some of the best, some of the worst. That's middle of the road if I ever heard it. So she gets the number 4 spot.
What is this?
In 3rd place, we have Barry motherfucking Burton with his headbutt that makes zombies' heads explode. He gets the Barry sandwich and a knee attack. Both of those, not too interesting. The Burton boot looks like it would punch a hole through my chest and make me explode. That one looks like it hurts a lot. The gun bash move, absolutely brutal. But I can't not talk about his last melee move because holy fuck, it has aged like a fine milk. I genuinely don't know what to say about this. Barry is a cop. Don't know what to say. This is the kind of shit in this game where people will be like, Resident Evil 5 is racist. And I'm like, no, it's not. And then shit like this is in the game. And I'm like, okay, you got me. Oh my god. Anyway, no, I haven't explained very much of this. I've just been laughing. But Jesus Christ. This is the most poorly aged thing in the entirety of Resident Evil besides Claire shouting, cross-dressing freak. No, I think this is aged worse. This is most definitely aged worse. This is so bad, but oh my god. The worst part is the finishing move on its own is actually badass, but just the context of Barry being a fucking cop. Oh god. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna put it. I'm putting Barry in 3rd. Because holy shit. I'm not elaborating anymore. I'm putting Barry in 3rd. Jesus Christ. I'm not laughing because racism is funny. I'm laughing because the fact that there's a melee move in this fucking game that is this poorly aged is just so ridiculous. And the fact that it's so, like, perfectly poorly aged. And the fact that it's fucking named Miranda Rights. They couldn't just name it Execution. They couldn't just name it something more generic. They fucking named it Miranda Rights. Holy shit. If you don't know what Miranda rights are, I guess I should explain this. Miranda rights is the phrase that cops read to you when you get arrested in the United States. It's like, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to an attorney, blah, blah, blah. That whole phrase you've heard before on Law and Order. Those are Miranda rights. And shooting someone in the head is not Miranda rights. So, yeah, fuck it. Barry's going in third. I know I've talked about Barry for most of the video, but wow. And let's move on to Wesker. Holy shit. In second place, we have the one and only Wesker. The main reason I put Wesker at second is because he has a whole unique melee mechanic unique to him. He can do his dash move. You can cancel out of the dash move into special melee attacks. You can dash in multiple directions, and then in those multiple directions, still cancel into different melee moves. And then plus, his regular melee moves are just all badass. Like, what more do you want? I would say they do all kind of fall into a similar area of badassery, where it's just like very sharp, very painful looking martial arts attacks. I'm no expert on martial arts. If you want to tell me what kind of martial arts these are, feel free to tell me in the comments. I'm not sure. I'm just saying martial arts in general because I don't want to say it's karate or something like that. And then, you know, because I know people take different martial arts very seriously, and I don't want to, like, you know, piss someone off that is like a professional in Taekwondo, and I say, oh, this freaking Taekwondo move is very cool, and they're like, what the fuck? That's not Taekwondo. So, you know, I'm just saying martial arts to be vague because I'm not very sure what martial arts these moves actually are, but whatever martial art it is looks fucking badass. Please tell me which one it is. I think the one that really gets me is Wesker's Windfall, which is his ground kick attack. Holy fuck, that looks like it hurts. Oh my god. Every time I do that move, I feel the wind knocked out of me in real life. Like, holy shit. So yeah, Wesker just has some pretty badass moves, and he has a completely wholly unique melee mechanic. I think that alone puts him in second place. You could argue first place. If you want to argue first place, that's totally fine. But I think there's one other character that just oozes badassery with his melee moves. I can't not put him at number one. Okay, he's got to go number one.
Kendrick! Drop another diss track, and my life is yours!
The worst one of these is going to be Chela's because it's just Cheel's but worse. It's the disco spin. She just kind of double kicks you and does a cool little spin. It's cool, but it's not like the best. Rebecca's comes in seventh. It is the stun gun. I'm going to put stun in quotations because it literally makes the zombie's head explode. Last I checked, stun guns don't make zombies' heads explode. So I think Rebecca might need to rename her stun gun to Wonderwaff DG2. Sixth place, we have Barry's, which is the Hurricane. He just does like a spin and punches you like 4 times. This seems like something a 6th grader would do on a playground. So, it gets 6th. Like, it's cool. Barry pulls it off because he's Barry, but it's I feel like they could have come up with something better for Barry. 5th place is going to be Jill. Her kicks are really cool. Both of the moves that she has, her flip kick and cartwheel kick, are very, very similar. So I kind of feel weird like ranking them much higher because both of her moves are pretty much the same issue that regular Jill has. A lot of her moves kind of look similar. 4th place, we have Sheva because of her Skull Crusher attack is fucking badass. Her spinning back kick isn't that great, which is why she doesn't go above 4th, but her Skull Crusher attack is insanely badass, and dear god, does it look like it hurts. In 3rd place, we have Wesker. His Ghost Butterfly move, I can feel my soul leaving my body when he hits me like that. Like, you know that scene from Spider-Man No Way Home when Doctor Strange knocks Spider-Man's like soul out of his body? That's what I picture happening to me if Wesker were to Ghost Butterfly me. That is 100% what would happen. My physical form would die and be separated from my astral form. And then his Rhino Charge is cool because he rams his fist through your chest. It doesn't translate too well onto most of the zombies, but once you understand what the move actually is, it's really cool. 2nd place, we have Chris because his Haymaker, dear god, Chris can move a boulder. Have you seen the Haymaker move? And then the move he does after the backhand move, the flex? Holy fuck does he look badass doing these moves. These are easily his best moves by far. They need to make the Haymaker a regular move in Resident Evil 5 Remake because holy shit is it badass. First place is going to be the first place character. Spoiler alert. Josh fucking Stone choke slams zombies. He dynamite kicks zombies. You know that kick that Aaron Black has in Mortal Kombat 11 that looks really fucking stupid? He does that kick in this game, but he makes it look badass because he's Josh. That's right. Yeah, I said it. Josh Stone from Resident Evil 5 is more badass than Aaron Black from Mortal Kombat. Not taking it back, not ever taking that back. Here's the proof right here. This guy chokeslams zombies, okay? Let's just move on to the number one. You all know what the number one is from me talking about Josh right now. Let's just move on. In first place, we have Josh Stone, Mr. Mosby himself, with the hammer blow, with the backhand, with the iron tackle, the power kick, the suplex, hello, and the elbow drop. Every single one of his melee moves is fucking badass, okay? Every single melee move that he has is the most badass fucking melee move of all time. You cannot tell me that none of these moves are fucking badass. I will only accept disagreements with the backhand move. That is the only one. The rest of them look like he could suplex me and I would literally disintegrate. If he could elbow drop me, my head would literally turn into a watermelon that somebody put a fucking air pump into. Okay? I'm done. If any of these moves are done to me, I will instantly die. Okay? It will be like Homelander himself fucking destroyed me. That is how badass Josh's moves are. And honestly, these moves give him more character than anything in the main game. Like, in the main game, it says, oh yeah, Josh trains Sheva to be a badass. It's like, okay. Josh just snipes some people in the story mode and saves Cheel, but he doesn't really do anything like super like crazy. And then you see his fucking melee moves, and it all makes sense. It all makes sense why Sheva is so badass. This guy is so badass. He's why Sheva's badass. He trained and raised Sheva. It all makes sense. These melee moves characterize him more than any of the actual writing does in the game, which is insane that the melee moves, one, can be so badass, two, they provide so much characterization, and three, again, are just so badass. Any of these instantly would kill someone. I 100% believe that. And they trusted Josh so much to give him Leon's suplex. That move belongs to Leon, and I'm not even mad that they copy pasted it and gave it to Josh, because he pulls it off with just as much swag as Leon does. He gets a million fucking aura for doing the suplex and not looking like he's just copying Leon. Okay, Josh gets number one. I will take no arguments, no questions. When I said I could reasonably see Wesker being number one, no. I take that back. Josh is number one, by far, not even close. He's just a fucking badass. That is going to do it for this video. If you liked it, feel free to drop a like. If you disliked it, feel free to dislike it, but please let me know why in the comments why you disliked it. We do have a Discord if you want to LFG with other residents, talk about Resident Evil, whatever you feel like talking about, share memes, share pictures of your pets. A lot of cool stuff going on the Discord. Feel free to drop by. We do also have channel memberships up on the channel starting at 99 cents. Obviously, I appreciate you viewing, liking, subscribing, anything you want to do with the video. I greatly appreciate it. But if you would like to help support me more directly, any money I get from this channel just goes directly back into the channel to help pay for equipment, games, stuff like that. Time off work. Since I do not do this full time, any kickback is greatly appreciated and helps keep the channel going a little bit more. But obviously, do not feel pressured if you do not have the means or just simply don't want to. I still greatly appreciate you watching and enjoying the video. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, that's going to do it for this one. Stay evil, my residents.